So that was my primary focus, that and counter IED, or explosives, essentially. So I did that for years. About, let's see, what was it? It was probably 2017, 16. 2016. I got my E8 as a master sergeant, and then I wound up going to the 1140th Engineer Battalion on the east side of the state, out by Cape Girardeau. I assume you guys know where Cape Girardeau is. So I wound up being the operations NCO for that battalion, which consisted over 7 companies, almost, I think it was 1,300 troops total. My primary focus was planning, future planning, future ops, things of that nature. Understanding what equipment they had, what resources, logistically, how things were going to flow. Building operations orders to the extent of, you will be here at this time with this type of equipment because this is your mission type stuff. Do any of you have a military background? Okay, so if some of it sounds like jargon, I apologize. But anyhow, long story short, what it amounts to is I've had to manage personnel, manage budgets, and things of that nature. Wear 6, 7 hats at any given time. Back when Korea was a big thing, kind of still is, but Iran and Korea were talking about nuking us, and I'm sure you guys saw all over the news. At one point, we had 15 different units on ground all at the same time, consisting of almost 1,500 soldiers. And my job primarily was to focus and do the logistics, training area scheduling, trying to manage all of that and do training at the same time. So I say all that because it's multitasking and problem solving is a big thing for me, right? Not to be cocky, but I'm fairly good at it. And it's fun, right? So finding solutions to problems that stress other people out mostly, and then fix the problem and move on with life. And then find some other stressful situation to have to deal with as well. So that's always fun. Also, while doing all of that, for the last 9 years, I've been an instructor with the RTI here at Fort Leonard Wood. At one point, I was the branch chief. Basically, I managed the 12 Novembers, which is heavy equipment operators, bulldozers, scrapers, graders, high axis, things of that nature. And then the combat engineer course as well. All demolition expert type stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a sapper. Okay. So basically they're counter mobility, and survivability is what they deal with. So I managed those 2 courses. I was a senior instructor for them, a course manager for them, which basically that entails setting up training schedules, time by time, make sure they're at what point at what time, ensuring all the resources are there, their budgets are there for all of the equipment they need, things of that nature. Again, while running a MOB team. So a lot going on. So recently I took a reduction from E8 to E6 as I missed roughly 6 years of my 8-year-old daughter's life due to the military stuff. And as I get older, I realize that, there are things in life that are just a little bit more important. So I took a reduction to go AGR, which is Active Guard, to where now I solely teach. I have one job, and it's amazing. I don't have to deal with wearing 5, 6, 7 hats at one time, dealing with multiple mobilizations of units and all of that nonsense. So currently I work their budget stuff. I have little additional duties in which I work at the same time. And I work as the unit marksmanship coordinator for the RTI. But at any given time, we might have 12 students, we might have 36 students on the ground. My sole purpose in life now is to teach heavy equipment operations, so it's kind of nice. It's just one primary focus. And now my primary focus outside of work is back to my family. So it's been really nice. I have a 8-year-old and a 2-year-old, and I've been married for 15 years now. So it's been fun. My wife is extremely understanding because, as you can imagine, with all the mobilizations, I'd be home for 2 days and then gone for 90, then home for 2 days. So it's a lot of time spent away. So that's kind of me in a nutshell, without spending all my time going through the crazy details of who I am. you guys have any questions or concerns at this point that you would like me to answer or talk to you about? I know Curtis was talking about concerns of possibly turning it into a pasture, right? And I'll just address that one. So the reality is